Hey peeps, my name is Naisha and welcome to my channel. Today I'm back on Romance Club and we are going to talk about Heaven's Secret Requiem, um, which is the 40th book released on the mobile game Romance Club. This book was released on March 13, 2024. The author of the book is Aleksandra K, and this is her first story on the platform. This book is a spin-off of the cult series Heaven Secrets and Heaven Secrets 2. Also, I just want to give a clap to Alexandra. Hopefully I'm pronouncing your name correctly. Because this is her first story on the platform, and I think that's very exciting. Okay, now for the plot. It says demons spawn and infected overrun the world. Humanity's remnants try to survive this hard new reality with no room for feelings. But even over ashes, true love might blossom. Now, it says that this story is a direct continuation of Heaven's Secret and Heaven's Secrets 2 in a human perspective. You don't need to have read the series to play the spin-off, but for a more complete experience, we recommend playing the previous parts. Now, also there will be spoilers because I am going to give you my not only my impression but like my opinions of episodes 1 and 2. As you can see, the third episode isn't here yet. It will be here either between May 2nd to May 4th and things like that. So, with that being said, with this story, just like any story on romance, you already know that there could either be like, 3 to more variables that like affect your playthrough of the story. Now, for this story, your variables are adaptability, which is your ability to survive in this new world, and then the main two variables that take you on whatever path you want to go. One of them is voice of God. Achieve your goals by relying on humanity's better qualities and positive feelings. Or whisper of the devil. Achieve your goals in cunning ways by channeling darkness. These choices change the story and the interactions you have with other characters and the scenes you will be able to play. Now, this book also gives you option to customize the story according to your preference. At the beginning, you are asked if you prefer male, female, both male and female love interests. This would determine whether you would have access to romantic or friendship choices with each of the potential love interests based on your choosing gender. Then you are asked if you prefer the narrative of the romantic scenes to be explicit and detail or non-explicit and lightly detailed. So basically, if anyone is doing playthroughs and they want to actually show everything, they can choose non-explicit and lightly detailed so that you won't get any type of strike or whatever when it comes to YouTube. And lastly, the story also allows you to enable or disable hints. Enabling hints means you will see an icon next to your choices indicating which options affect which path or friendship and things like that. And also, like if you disable, you don't have like nothing pops up. You could just go with the flow without any warning. Some people might like that the best. Now, for your main character, her name is Lane, but you could change her name to any name you want. But I'm going to go for Lane to throughout me talking about the story because there are going to be more videos about Heaven Secrets Requiem. And your love interest for the story, you have four. You have Kane, Dimitri, Anna, and Greg. Okay, now that I got into that, there will be spoilers. So if you want to play this yourself, you can. The first two episodes are out on Romance Club, and you can play this either on your Android phone or your iPhone, so it doesn't really matter. In any phone, if you have any other phone, like if you have a Google Pixel, you can play this on anything. So yeah. Okay, now back to what you guys came to hear and listen to. Um, so it says everyone. Oh no, I already read the summary. Sorry about that. But anyway, basically, episodes 1 and 2, Lane. Well, first of all, in episode 1, you see different graphics. Like, it's kind of like a movie, and I like that about Romance Club. They do this like movie thing where it looks like it literally looks like you watching like a movie or a trailer of something. And basically you see someone is laying down, blood is running from their hands, it's dripping, and then you see this creature. You also see, like, it seems like you're at this funeral at one, because like the scene, it goes to like a different scene. Like 1 minute you see a hand and blood dripping, the next you see it looks like a funeral and things like that, and you see, a pastor um just talking, like, and then of course you see like everything looks red, and you see again a monster. The monster ends up, unaliving the pastor. And then it's like you just see monsters coming out of a rift, and like, they're in the sky and things like that. You also see, because the scene changes again, and you see like a guy, he's holding his hand out to you, and he looks so ethereal. And then next thing you know, you still see him, but his eyes look red and stuff like that. And then we get to basically our character, Lane. We could make her whoever we want to. And unfortunately, this is a female, only main character and things like that. So again, we see Lane. Lane is by this rift that's like this rift, like the hole, there's a hole that's like been like, there's a hole in the earth. That's what it looks like. And it seemed like Lane either came out of it, we don't know what, but Lane is just standing there. And there's this creature, and this creature is looking at Lane and things like that. And of course, you could depend on what you choose. I don't know, but what I chose is for Lane to go to the creature. The creature doesn't do anything to Lane. To be honest, the creature just look at her. And of course, you see Dimitri, and Dimitri, like, well, you see, well, like, um, like, you read that, like, someone shoots, and then it pans to Dimitri, and Dimitri says something along the lines of, that creature didn't do anything to you, it just stared at you. And then Lane's like, yeah. And then next thing you know, he hits her. he hits her, and then she is knocked out unconscious. And it's like, you couldn't have blindfolded her. You couldn't, because like we get the reason. You know what? Let me just continue the story, because that really pissed me off. But okay, so then, like I said, she gets knocked out by Lane because he literally hits her in the head with his gun. And she wakes up at this mansion. She sees Cain and stuff like that. Now he's laying down on another couch. Cause like, there's like I want to say it's like two couches that's in the living room area that she's in. And like, of course, like I said, she wakes up, she noticed that she is in different clothes, and then of course she sees again this angel. She doesn't really know his name until like, he wakes up and they talk, and he tells her his name, which is Cain. And then of course, we don't know Dimitri's name until like we meet Dimitri and things like that. And so when we do meet Dimitri again, of course Lane is upset because he hits her, and he's like, well, I didn't want you to know where we were going. And my thing is, I'm thinking to myself, you couldn't have blindfolded her? Like, you couldn't, like, I'm just saying, you couldn't have just blindfolded her, been like, hey, we don't trust you, we don't know you, and stuff like that, and stuff. But that's not the craziest thing. The craziest thing is the fact that Lane is supposed to be dead. Apparently, and Dimitri tells her, he says that, like, where she worked and, like, all her co-workers and things like that, they were actually dead and stuff like that. The place that she was working at, because she's a lab assistant, had collapsed, and everybody was basically assumed to be dead and things like that, and they couldn't find her. And she's been dead for like 3 years. That's what he says. It's been 3 years and stuff. And so she's shocked as hell, and she doesn't believe it. And he says that there's a memorial for like everyone that died and things like that. And so of course, he says, hey, you should check it out, and stuff like that. And also he's trying to get some information out of her, because a rift came out of nowhere. It like opened up like on the ground, like a big hole opened up, and monsters starts to come out of it, and she's right there, and one of the monsters doesn't even attack her. So he like is skeptic of her. He doesn't know what she is and things like that. And Lane just doesn't know how to feel and things like that. She feels a little numb. She doesn't know what's happening. She doesn't know what's going on. She just feeling a little numb. So, but she is like, she's telling him like the truth, like what she knows, because again, all she remembers, well, she don't even remember most stuff. All she knows is that she's a lab assistant. She was sent to Siberia to do work there, and that's it. That's all she remembers. And now she's being told that it's been 3 years. 3 years have passed, and she was presumed to be dead. And so, and now she appeared out of nowhere, and again, so she decides to, before she decides to go to where he was talking about, to the memorial, before she decides to go there, she also meets Anna, who, is the person who changed her, because again, she was like kind of shocked that she had new clothes, and of course, Anna changed her and things like that. And so, of course, she decides to escape and things like that, to just go see what he's talking about and things like that. And she saw that there is a memorial, and her name is on the memorial, and she's just like, damn. She like, she don't know what to think. However, I want to say Anna tracked her down and things like that, because Anna says something along the lines like, I knew you would be here and things like that. And so, and of course Anna is mad at her, because I'm assuming that like, because she had to track Lane down there kind of late, because they were supposed to leave, and take Lane with them and things like that. And so, of course, like, she handcuffs Lane to her, and they decide to go. And I'm confused by this, like the whole handcuff thing, and you're gonna know why, like, right now. I'm confused because um well, no, before I missed something. I missed something. Before she went to the memorial, like I said, she escaped. However, how she escaped is she just fell out the window, which I find to be funny. She falls out the window. Kane catches her. She ends up slapping Kane. Kane ends up being impressed by that, and then like he walks off, and then Lane walks off, which I find to be hella funny. But I just had to throw that in. Anywho, but back to like Anna handcuffing Lane to her. Um so she handcuffs, like, she handcuffs Lane to her, and they decide to like trek back to the mansion and things like that. However, they made like a detour, and they get to like this place, and of course the way it's written, Lane is, I want to say she, not Lane, but Anna, she gets like snowed in, and Lane, she had like a little trinket with her, so she's able to handcuff herself to get out of it, to also help Anna, because Anna gets snowed in because she goes into this little place and she gets snowed in, and of course she's able to help Anna get out, and she uses the little trinket she has. It looks like a sharp cross. That's what I'm assuming, to like unlock the handcuff on Anna too, and things like that. And I guess that makes Anna like Lane a bit more. So, and like in the midst of this, Kane finds both of them, and of course, he helps them get back to the mansion. Of course, they have to stay. I want to say because Anna had to look for Lane. They're not able to leave. What's this place? I want to say they're not able to leave Rockoff. Yeah, Rockoff now. And so they still are in Rockoff. And basically, you also get to know their mission, which is to like get rid of these monsters and things like that. And also, not only that, but to like figure out what's going on, and to basically get like the world back to normal. That's like the whole goal, to get the world back to normal. And of course, Lane, I'm thinking either in the first episode or the second episode, one of them, she starts to remember some stuff. I'm hoping I'm not getting ahead of myself. I don't think I am. But yeah, I want to say, yeah, I want to say she does remember. Yeah. Okay, yeah. At the end of the first episode, yeah, she does get to remember like what happened. And basically, well, not what happened, but she gets to remember bits and pieces of like, what she was doing and stuff like that. And so in the second episode, um Lane is telling Dimitri that she remember working with a lieutenant. I forgot his name that quickly. But she remembered working with a lieutenant, and she basically described like, her desk basically being next to his office and stuff like that. And she was working on translating a book for them. This book, I'm assuming, is the key to like solving this crisis that is going on with humanity right now. And so, of course, Dimitri is, he still doesn't trust Lane. He's very suspicious of her. He, like, from what I'm getting from it, it seems like he thinks this is her fault, basically. Because that's the vibe he's giving me. Like, he thinks that this is Lane's fault and things like that. And of course, Lane just trying to figure things out. Because Lane just, like, she's trying to figure things out. She still is coming to the turn that she was dead and now she's alive. And she don't know what's going on. And so, also, she had a nightmare, and of course, um, Anna, she's like, Anna's sleeping with her, because again, Dimitri wants Anna to keep a close eye on Lane, because again, he doesn't trust her and things like that. She's an anomaly and stuff like that. And so, Lane, she has a nightmare of some sort, and she wakes up screaming, and Anna says that her scream sounded it sounded evil. She said she sounded like a monster. And of course Lane was Lane's like, what? like that sounds weird, but she doesn't think much of it and things like that. But in the second episode, you meet Greg. You also meet Nick. You also meet another girl that's in this group as well. You also meet two other people. You meet another angel and a demon. And what else? And of course you get to, like, just like any other romance story, you get to make decisions, and it would either improve your friendship slash relationship. Sorry about that. It would either improve your friendship or relationship with someone, or like, with any of the characters. So, she also is Lane also has to work side by side with Kane to figure out the book that she was talking about, that she was stuttering 3 years ago. And while they was like doing, like, while she was going to Kane, she stumbled across this. At first, she thought it was a statue, and then she heard a voice, and she freaked out a bit. And Kane, he basically comes out of nowhere. He tells her to stand back, and come to find out that the statue is not a statue; it's a zombie and things like that. And of course, Kane kills the zombie and things like that. And Lane's trying to figure out, like, how does this happen? Like, when did, like, there was zombies? And of course, Kane tells her, like, how the zombie came to pass, and also the fact that the town they in don't really get much, like, creatures or monsters coming in because of the cold and things like that. So what else happened in episode 2 that's of importance? I think that's it. How episode 2 ends is Nick, who I mentioned a few minutes ago, because Nick is a part of like Dimitri's group, because Dimitri is the leader of this group. Again, like I said, is Nick, Greg, Anna, Kane, the angel, and the demon that I mentioned, and that's about it. Well, that's the only group members that we we know, and some chick. But like I said, I forgot her name that quick. She was a bitch and stuff like that. I forgot to mention that she was a bitch because when we first met her, she was like, because of like, and she looked at our character Lane. She was like, because of her, we are stuck here. And I'm thinking to myself, bitch, really? Like, it's not Lane's fault. First of all, Lane didn't know that y'all was gonna leave. Like, she know y'all had a schedule to stick to. Lane is confused. She doesn't know what's going on. She found out that her co-workers have all died. She's the only one left. And apparently it's 3 years in the future. Well, not in the future, but 3 years have passed. And she trying to figure out like what's going on and stuff like that. And also she's trying to remember what happened, and she's only getting fragments. So I'm thinking to myself, I wanted to smack that chick. I really do. But at the end, also I forgot to mention that the little place that Anna got stuck, they went back to look at it again, and apparently it was blocked. And Anna was confused, and so was Lane, because Anna and Lane knows that it wasn't blocked. Also, they asked one of the, I want to say one of the monks. Yeah, they asked one of the monks, about it, and I don't, like, in front of Nick and Greg. I don't think Nick and Greg spoke the language of the monk and stuff like that, because the monk was like saying something on his breath. However, Anna and Lane knew exactly what he said, and they look at each other. I was like, oh shit, because what the monk said was like, oh my goodness, why are they like, he said something along the lines of like, why are they trying to mellow in like in our business? They don't need to know about it, and something along those lines. And of course, Anna and Lane peep game. So there's something strange going on in the city, but they don't know yet. But either way, another thing that was odd was that there was a wolf that was chewing on like an arm, like a monster's arm. And of course Greg was like, okay, that's suspicious, because the town that they in, they have like different alarms and systems set up that like no monsters or even animals could get close to it without sounding like a certain alarm. And so Greg thought that was suspicious, and so Nick said, you know what, he's going to check. He was going to check it out with the monk that basically was being suspicious and stuff like that. So well, I'm thinking it was with that monk, or with any monk. But yeah, he said he was gonna check it out. And so of course, Anna and Greg, they do their thing, while Lane again meets up with Kane. They talk a little bit and things like that, and of course they go back to the mansion. And oh yeah, I want to say that's when like when they go to sleep, that's when Lane has a nightmare. She screams. Of course, the scream freaks out Anna, and because Anna says she sounded like a monster, and of course, Lane, she thinks that's weird, but she doesn't like, she just chalks it up to, she chalks it up to the nightmare. Anyway, she can't go back to sleep, but Anna goes back to sleep. So, and Lane decides to go out, and I guess it depends if you have a good relationship with Anna, because I got like I enabled the hints, cuz to help me, cuz I need to know if I'm doing a good job, okay? I like to get good endings. That's just me. I'm a sucker for a good ending. But anywho, so because Lane has a good relationship with Anna so far, Anna trusts Lane that like the door to their bedroom, she is unlocked, so she could come and please, because Anna trusts her. So she goes out. I think she goes out. She gets her a glass of water, and she goes to sit down, in the living room, and of course she doesn't realize that someone's in the living room with her. It isn't until she looks up and I guess she turns the corner. I don't know, but like again, the way it's described is like she looks up and she sees through the dark, like in that Dimitri is sitting in a chair drinking whiskey and looking at her. And I'm thinking to myself, like, oh my goodness. Like, I roll my eyes because I could see now Dimitri gonna be annoying and stuff like that. Like, and because, like, he's looking at her, like, again, he's suspicious of her. I get that he's suspicious of her, but, like, it's at night. What is she going to do? Like, she hasn't done anything yet. So it's like, what does he expect her to do? But anywho, they end up just having a little conversation and things like that. Um, and then before she could even go back to bed, Greg comes back. Greg comes into the mansion, and he has a grim look on his face. And then Demetrius like, "What happened?" And then Greg says like, "Nick." No, he doesn't. He like no, he just have a grim look on his face, and then I guess Dimitri says something like, "Who's dead or missing?" And then Greg says Nick and one of the monks, and that's how it ends. And to be honest, I'm gonna be honest. I can't wait into the third episode because I want to see like what happened, like and stuff like that. Like I'm interested in the story and stuff. Like I'm fully invested in it. I can't wait. Usually, I'm gonna be honest, I don't like to read news stories. I like to wait until at least like the whole episode is out before I read it, but I decided to read it because I know I'm in this Discord, and I know I saw someone mention was like they was mentioning um well, not mentioning, but they was asking if you could read this without having to read Heaven Secrets book 1 and book 2. And I'm gonna say that because I've read Heaven Secrets, like I read like all the seasons and stuff like that, like I finished the book. um I feel like this has nothing to do with Heaven Secrets. Now Heaven Secrets 2 is I don't know. I do know I'm reading Heaven Secrets 2, and I'm gonna be honest, I'm having a hard time reading that, and I would definitely make a video explaining why I'm having a hard time reading Heaven Secrets 2. But I would say that in my opinion, I don't think you have to, but I definitely will, because I have two accounts, one by accident. So I'm reading this on like the accident account, but on my main account, I've already read Heaven Secrets. I'm on Heaven Secrets 2. So I will see if something changes, because I am going to read Heaven Secrets Requiem again. I like to read stuff 2 times to see like what changes and things like that. Also, like, because with Romance Club, like, not only can you change your paths, but you also could change your love interest, and your love interest could also change like the end of the story and things like that. So yeah. With that being said, like I said, my first impression and my thoughts on Heaven Secrets Requiem is that I'm enjoying. It has the right amount of mystery and things like that. I could like I know for a fact that I am going to continue to play this and things like that. It's not like what story? It's not like Astria's Broken Heart where like I'm at like a blank, like I don't know what to think. Like with this one, I have all my thoughts are gathered. Like I know what I think about the characters. Like I like the character of Lane because she doesn't know what's going on and she's trying to figure out like how she feels about like what's happening and things like that. Like, and I enjoyed that. I like the characters. I like some of the characters so far. Anna, she seemed like a pretty cool chick and things like that. Um, Dimitri is annoying as you know. I'm not gonna cuss. I'm just gonna say Dimitri is just annoying. He's annoying. Like I'm getting sick and tired of him being suspicious. Like I get it, I understand it, but still, it ticks me off. I like Greg. Some Greg brings some fun into the mix because he's always joking. So I like him. The helper that Car add to us, who named that I'm not going to remember, and yeah, because she's a helper. Don't really care for her, but you know, we'll see where it goes. She kind of reminds me of Monica from Moonborn. If you know, you know. Who else? Unfortunately, with Nick, I mean, he was just there. He was just like he seemed nice and friendly and stuff like that. And it's just sad to see him go so quickly, but it is what it is. Like I said, I can't wait into the third episode. I'm very excited for this because this seems very interesting. It kind of puts me in the mind of Heaven's Secrets and things like that. Mainly because like Heaven's Secrets also it started with a mystery and things like that. And so I like the fact that this is started with a mystery. Um Again, I'm actually happy with with what I'm playing and how I'm playing. How I'm playing this like my character like decisions are voice of God. Yep. Mhm. Yep, I sure am. Mhm. Mhm. Yeah. Mhm. I sure am playing it like that. Okay. Like I sure am playing it like that. Like her path is voice of God. Sure is. Yeah, and what about it? Yeah, chalk it up to me being a Baptist. Yeah, But either way, I'm enjoying the story. Let me know what you guys think about Heaven Secrets Requiem. If you like it, if you don't like it, what path are you playing? Are you going to play the path of Voice of God, or are you doing Whisper of the Devil? Like, also, are you doing high adaptability, or are you doing low adaptability? That also is important as well. And also, who are you liking? Like, because we only have love interest in this season so far. Are you feeling Kane? Are you feeling the annoying Dimitri? Are you feeling Anna or Greg? Just let me know what you think. And please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. That will help me a lot. And until next time, see ya!